Gender dysphoria is a nightmare, and I'll tell you guys why in this video. If you guys continue to watch the video, you guys will understand everything that there is to know about gender dysphoria and what can make it actually very scary of a condition to have, coming from someone that's actually experienced it, and kind of trying to teach people that are not in the realm of what gender dysphoria is, or even understand the experience that some people have when they have to live with it. So yeah, let's get into the video. So today I'm going to show off my Dutch Bros coffee because I like to show off the drinks I like the most, and Dutch Bros has been doing it the most, that's for sure. Before we start this video, my name is Mama Charlotte. Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video on this YouTube channel. I have been doing YouTube for over 6 years, and it's been amazing for me. 6 years on this channel, like 10 years altogether, if you want to count my entire journey on YouTube. We recently hit 9,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. Next stop is 10,000, so let's get to 10K. Guys, I know we can do that. We've been moving really fast. Thank you guys so much for the support and the amazing feedback, especially on my last video. That was amazing. Amazing feedback. That's feedback like that I like the most. Before we get into the topic of this video, I want to let you guys know that I've been busting my ass more and more every day just to be able to afford stuff like this. Like, look at that, guys. That's a Gold Eagle half ounce. This is a Gold Eagle quarter ounce. And then we have 5 ounces of silver. And it's been an amazing journey for me. I literally almost had $2,000 in savings thanks to my silver and gold stacking. And I have a lot more to talk about stuff like that on my shorts and a couple of videos coming in the future as well. So keep an eye out for those videos coming soon. Before we start off, I know we have another little announcement, but I have a $40 off code now for actually I was saying it the first time. It's actually T Comfy Fits. I was like Comfit Fits the first time, and I really want to apologize about that, but Comfy Fits is the name of the brand, and they send me another 3 pairs. She's amazing. Look at this, guys. They come in different pairs, different colors. I do want to say that they really should come up with some new designs. I think it'd be amazing for the brand, and to keep the same concept of how they really work. I told you guys in my last video that the reason why I like these is because they are like the luxury of having regular underwear mixed in with a gaff, not with a gaff. So for people that are like, well, gaffs do the same thing and they're underwear, but the thing is no one wants to sit there and wear a gaff by itself and feel like they're pretty. Just saying, these are the perfect way to do that, and it's so easy to tuck with these. So easy. I've had a lot of fun, and I haven't had any discomfort. When it comes to these panties, I haven't had any sort of discomfort, and I love them that much. Use code MAMACHAR for $40 off of your next purchase. So last time I had $20, now it's $40. It's a really good deal. Gaffs right now are about $30 plus per gaff. To get 3 for the price of 2, amazing in my opinion. So go down the link description below if you guys do want to support the channel and you want to support Comfy Fits. They are amazing. She's an amazing worker, and I like how she's working close with us trans people. It's amazing. Hands on for her. Gender dysphoria is a nightmare. And why is that? Well, coming from someone that's trans, someone that's lived the life of a gender dysphoria, I never really had to witness or understand gender dysphoria growing up because I didn't know the concept of who I was growing up. I was always mixed up with the people around me, not understanding who I really was. I didn't have an identity gender-wise. I didn't know anything about female to male, different things. I just kind of like went with the flow. Gender dysphoria hit me hard when I realized I had gender dysphoria. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of gender dysphoria comes out when you are transitioning, when you want to transition and when you're beginning transitioning. And the reason why I say that is because because when you transition, you're trying your hardest to appear as the gender you want to appear as. And sometimes it's really hard to do that. Now, I can't say I know what it's like to be suicidal because I'm trans and I needed to transition, and I came out as gay because I was suppressing my feelings of being the other gender. I can't say I understand that, and I can't say I know what that means because I don't. The reality of the day is that gender dysphoria hits everybody that's trans whether it's a little bit amount or a high amount. Let me tell you guys what I mean by it's being a nightmare. Not just because of the fact that it is a little nightmare and you have to deal with it. When it comes to just minimalistic things every day of looking like the opposite gender or non-binary person. I don't really know about non-binary people. Do they experience gender dysphoria? I don't know. And I've heard a lot of the excuses that I've heard a lot of people say you don't need gender dysphoria to be transgender, but at the end of the day, it's like, what motivates you then? Yeah, you might be transgender, but are you medically transgender or are you socially transgender? That's what I want to know. I think that's the big difference between if you have gender dysphoria or if you don't have gender dysphoria. Because if you're transitioning but you don't have gender dysphoria, then you're doing it for really just kind of like your own pleas. Not saying it's not a bad thing. Not saying it's a bad thing. It's just your concept of what you want to do, right? Gender dysphoria is a nightmare because of the fact that you can change a lot of things about yourself and still be you can still be clocked, and that's the reality. You can't transition history. You cannot transition some parts of your body. Some people like me, my hands might be a bit big. They're gonna be like that unless there's a surgery for hands. I don't think there is. Some people rib cage. You can't really do anything really about that. There's no surgery for that. There's basic surgeries for trans people, and those surgeries are FFS, SRS, and BBLs if you want to get BBL, and breast augmentation, and that's literally it. There's no other thing. Now, the face and up here are some of the biggest things because that's what people see the most. And here, the silhouette is the most changeable thing you can possibly do. But there are little things like your hands, the size of your feet, you can't change. And gender dysphoria will hit you whether you like it or not. Some people go through all their surgeries and still have dysphoria at the end of the day. Some people will just never be able to get out of it. And some people will grow out of their dysphoria, surgeries or not. And some people will, learn to be happy. I constantly think to myself, because I'm going to get a surgery next year, and I think to myself, am I going to be completely happy with who I am still? And I'm going to end up being, I need this, I need that. Or am I not going to be happy after all these surgeries? Am I going to still be dysphoric? I do know that doing FFS is going to change a lot about my perspective of myself. I will begin to be a little more happy and a little more thankful with who I look like or what I look like whenever the surgery is done. Mainly because of the fact that I could finally look in the mirror and see the person I'm supposed to be seeing. But that's just a little bit of dysphoria. I might have dysphoria of my feet or my hands being too big or my voice. And I'm not saying that you can't do the voice because I think there is a voice feminization surgery, but it's a very iffy surgery if it works or not. So, that's the thing. And not to mention surgeries can be iffy. Some surgeries might not give you the best looking vagina. Some surgeries might not make you look like you have the nicest ass. You might have the super fake looking ass that I've seen before many times. Or your breast augmentation can make your boobs look like 2 watermelons were stuck on top of a flat chest. And unfortunately, that is what I see a lot when it comes to surgeries for trans people. I see it a lot. And I see a lot of, natural, looks too. But I sit there and I think to myself, like, it's crazy how much our bodies are built to look a certain way and how they can seriously look like they're rejecting something else. And a lot of it has to do with, different times I look at the surgeries and I see, oh my god, that their results are horrible, or, they don't, even though my breasts from the front might feel and look natural to a lot of people, I still get dysphoria about my breasts. Sometimes I just feel like they're not hanging down low enough, and, they're not as jiggly as I wanted them to be. And this is one of the best results that anyone can really get with the breast augmentation. And I'm happy about it. Sometimes I get dysphoria of my hips. They're feel like they're not there. Sometimes I get dysphoria of my butt, my legs, my feet, my posture, the way I sit, the way I walk, the way I run. And I sit there and I constantly think to myself, am I walking questionably? And at this point, what is it? Dysphoria cannot be cured by everything you do. You'd have to literally change your entire body, change all your history in order to be happy. Completely happy without dysphoria. And I'm talking about people that are legitimately can't be happy even after surgeries. Because I'm not going to sit there and say that someone doesn't go through one surgery or doesn't go through any surgeries and just through transition and they're not happy. I'm pretty sure there's been a lot of people that are happy with their transitions. Some people are happy, very little, or unhappy. And to this day, I go through, it's funny because I say it all the time. In person, I get treated like a female. And I work a job that's customer service. So it's over the phone. It's not in person. It's through the phone, right? So my voice is kind of what drives my gender at the end of the day when it comes to my work. Everybody in person, whether my voice sounds like this or not, they don't have problems calling me a she or her. Because in person, my voice actually sounds a little more feminine than it does on a microphone or on a phone. And I realized that because when I hear my own voice through some, videos I make, I think to myself, I'm like, damn, my voice sounds really fucking bad. I sound like a guy. And when I watch the videos, or whenever I'm on the phone at work, about 75% of the time I get called a she and a her and a ma'am. 10% I get called a they, or I don't even get announced, by anything. I can just say, or they say they'll help you. And then the rest of those percentage people that legitimately call me sir, he, him, and it's in an overwhelmingly high amount. And I knew that was going to be the case because, one, I just don't have a passable voice, really. And maybe here and there it is passable, but there might be some words that I say that might just come off as male-ish. And at this point, is there a way to fix it? There's probably is, and I'm probably being super lazy when it comes to fixing myself. But that's dysphoria that's really going to be hard for me to get rid of. And dysphoria is very scary and very dangerous to people that have it very, really dark. If it's a very light amount of dysphoria, it's going to be pretty easy for you, in a little bit of ways. If you're very dark in your dysphoria, and I would consider myself a little bit more than mild, but if you're really dark and you really struggle with your dysphoria, it's going to be really hard to get out of it, even with surgeries. And I'm not saying that you're not going to be happy. I'm not saying you're not going to live happily ever after. I'm not saying any of that at all. I'm saying that please understand that dysphoria is more than just fixing to get surgeries and fixing with hormones. Sometimes it's just something that you can't cure. And it's something that you're not going to be able to get out of. But the best thing to do is to look at yourself and realize what you built yourself up to be. And that's who you are. You're not defined by who you are gender-wise. Maybe by society you are. But, at the end of the day, when we all die, where do our penises go? Where do our vaginas go? Where do our boobs go? I think that after you're dead, you don't have no purpose for it. You don't need any of those reproductive system stuff. We might all just be flat-chested and have multiple, volumes of voice. We might have a girl's voice and we can transition into a male's voice and just kind of be whatever we want at the end of the day. And I think that's kind of like my theory about life, is that we're all males and quote-unquote males and females on Earth, but it's, believe it or not, we're all non-binaries whenever we're dead, or we're angels, because at the end of the day, just because you're born a boy doesn't mean you're internally going to be a boy, and you're internally going to be a girl, or you're internally going to be anything. I think you have the power of change, the power of free will to do that, to make changes about yourself. After all, it's your story, it's what you want to do, and don't let dysphoria get you down. It's gotten me down many times, but I don't want to get you down. But with that, I'm going to let you guys go. And I'm going to end the video, and I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. If you guys did, please leave it a big like, and please subscribe to Charoletteers. If you have not become a Charoletteer today, we're on our way to 10K subscribers. I'm so excited. It's such a big deal for me, and I'm so happy that I have you guys here. Really, I do. And if you guys haven't followed me on all my social medias. Links down below. And if you guys can, please also follow me on Twitch. I actually play video games. I stream Call of Duty all the time for you people. So if you guys want to go follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Charolette with a 0 as instead of an O. And go follow me there. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good day. See you guys later. Bye.